Prostitution, often a contentious subject, varies widely in legality and regulation across the globe. Here, we will explore 10 countries where prostitution is legal, delving into the specifics of how each nation manages the industry, aiming to shed light on the diverse approaches to this complex issue. 10. Spain. In Spain, prostitution is neither completely legal nor completely illegal. It occupies a legal gray area. While the act of selling sex is not criminalized, activities like pimping and running brothels are illegal. This creates a complex situation where sex workers can operate independently but lack the full protection of the law. Spain's approach emphasizes harm reduction, with ongoing debates about further regulation or legalization to better protect sex workers. 9. Brazil. Brazil has a unique approach where prostitution itself is legal, but operating brothels and pimping are not. Sex workers can work independently or in cooperatives, but must avoid third-party exploitation. The country's laws aim to protect sex workers' rights and provide access to health services. Brazil faces significant challenges, including illegal brothels and trafficking, but continues to focus on health and human rights within its legal framework. 8. New Zealand. New Zealand's Prostitution Reform Act of 2003 decriminalized prostitution, creating one of the most progressive frameworks globally. The law focuses on protecting sex workers' rights and improving their safety. Sex workers can work independently for a brothel or in collectives with the same legal protections as any other workers. Regular health checks are encouraged, and there are strict anti-exploitation measures. New Zealand's model is often cited as a successful example of harm reduction and sex worker empowerment. 7. Mexico. In Mexico, the legality of prostitution varies by state, with some areas adopting a more liberal stance. For instance, in the state of Baja California, prostitution is legal and regulated. Sex workers must register, undergo regular health checks, and work in designated zones. Mexico's approach aims to control the industry and protect sex workers, but issues like corruption and human trafficking complicate enforcement efforts. 6. Greece. Greece has legalized and regulated prostitution, with brothels operating under strict regulations. Sex workers must be at least 18 years old, register with authorities, and undergo regular health checks. Brothels must be licensed and situated a certain distance from schools and churches. Despite the legal framework, enforcement is inconsistent and illegal operations are widespread. The Greek system aims to protect sex workers' health and rights, although it faces significant challenges in practice. 5. Switzerland. In Switzerland, prostitution has been legal and regulated since 1942. The industry operates within a framework designed to ensure the safety and autonomy of sex workers. Swiss law requires sex workers to register with local authorities, undergo regular health checks, and pay taxes. Brothels are legal and must comply with strict regulations. The Swiss approach emphasizes public health and the protection of sex workers from exploitation, although challenges like illegal immigration and human trafficking still exist. 4. Australia. Australia's approach to prostitution varies by state. New South Wales, for example, has decriminalized prostitution, treating it as a legitimate occupation. Brothels are regulated and sex workers enjoy the same rights as other employees. Other states, like Victoria and Queensland, have legalized but heavily regulated the industry, with licensing requirements for brothels and strict health and safety standards. This federalist approach leads to inconsistencies, but generally aims to protect sex workers' rights. 3. Colombia. Prostitution is legal in Colombia, and sex workers are entitled to social security benefits and other rights. The country has a reputation for having some of the most liberal prostitution laws in the world, and it is a popular destination for sex tourism. 2. Netherlands. The Netherlands, renowned for its progressive stance on social issues, legalized prostitution in 2000. The country's famous red light district in Amsterdam is a testament to this approach. Prostitution is regulated under the same conditions as other businesses. Sex workers must register with the Chamber of Commerce and have regular health checks. The government emphasizes the autonomy and rights of sex workers, though challenges like illegal immigration and exploitation persist. 1. Germany. Germany stands as one of the most liberal countries regarding prostitution. Legal since 1927 and further regulated in 2002, prostitution is treated like any other business. Sex workers can register, pay taxes, and receive health insurance and social benefits. Brothels are legal, and stringent regulations ensure the safety and rights of the workers. Despite the robust legal framework, the industry still grapples with issues like human trafficking, highlighting the need for continuous oversight. Across these countries, several common themes and challenges emerge. 1. Regulation and registration. Most of these countries require sex workers to register with local authorities and comply with health regulations. This aims to ensure safety and reduce the spread of sexually transmitted infections. 2. Health and safety. Regular health checks are mandated in many of these nations to protect both sex workers and their clients. Public health is a major concern, and these checks are a cornerstone of the regulatory frameworks. 3. Legal protections. Providing legal protections for sex workers is a key objective. This includes the right to work, access to health services, and protection from exploitation and abuse. 4. Brothels and licensing. The regulation of brothels is common, with licensing requirements designed to control the environment in which sex work occurs. This includes ensuring safe working conditions and protecting workers from coercion. 5. Human trafficking and exploitation. Despite legal frameworks, human trafficking and exploitation remain significant challenges. Effective enforcement and international cooperation are essential to combat these issues. 6. Stigma and social perception. Even in countries where prostitution is legal, sex workers often face significant social stigma. Efforts to reduce this stigma and ensure sex workers are treated with respect and dignity are ongoing.